Hey, welcome back guys to Powerstroke Tech Talk with A-Rod. Well, as you can see, I got approval from the customer to replace the short block. So that's what I am doing. I started a few hours ago. As you guys remember, I had the cab off already, so just kind of going through. Here's all my parts, all the fuel system, all the bolts that hold on the fuel lines to the engine, the big lines. We got the trans dipstick tube bolt, oil and trans dipstick to the intake manifold, fan stator. What are these bad lads? This is holding on the the alternator bracket to the engine. Here we have all of our lifter little socket things that they sit in. Bolts that hold on the fuel filter housing, engine mount. These little guys hold on the wiring battery harness in front of the engine. These are the inboard cylinder head bolts for the driver's side. We got driver's side fuel injector hold downs, rocker arm assembly, all the push rods in the exact position, location they came out of, glow plugs as well, additionally as the fuel injectors. We have the oil spray feed tube that sits in front, actually just like that on the cylinder head. It kind of sprays oil down here on some of the rocker arms. We got our high pressure pump. Got the bolts that hold that in. These are the transmission bell housing bolts. These are the high pressure fuel pump fasteners. One of the things that I've been doing since I've been doing the 6.7 engines is these fuel lines attach right here, and you know, it just makes a huge mess getting all the fuel out of it, and I don't like working in a mess. So what I do is I just take this one line off into a bucket, cap this off, and then I simply leave this line hooked up, and I just kind of swing all the lines. Let me show you how it's mocked up here. That's how it sits. I just kind of swing the lines, just all like this. Just all like this. Get it out of my way. Try to be as neat as I can. You know, make sure, you know, we're not going to have contamination with dirt and particles as the vehicle's sitting here waiting to be repaired. So torque converter nuts are already out. Bell housing bolts, like I said, are already out. I do have to remove these. No big deal. This is staying on. I will have to take this off. No big deal. Starters out. Oil filters out. I did leave the adapter on. I left the adapter on last time. Shot manual says to remove it, but it's just another mess that I don't want to tend with, so I just leave that on until I got the engine out and then deal with it later. So over here, same thing as the driver's side. We got the fuel rail. We got the two bolts that hold the harness on to the front of the EGR cooler. AC nuts, bracket for the tube pipe going from the EGR cooler to the passenger side manifold. We got, everybody knows what that is. Everybody knows what that is. Exhaust back pressure sensor. All of our little pipe exhaust bolts, EGR cooler bolts. We got some tiny 8s right here for this coolant pump. Exhaust downpipe, the bolt that connects the Cobra pipe to this. And that's really it, you guys. You know, each side's pretty much the same once you open the engine up. However, on the outside, you know, we got a bunch of different stuff. So what I like to do, ever since I've been pulling cabs, I try to perfect it each time as I get better and better and better. And 14 years later, I'm still changing just to make it that much easier. I have years ago, I took some bed liners from the prep department, and there are like 4 of them hooked together, and I've zip tied through the hole so they're all connected. And this is what kind of I use to keep all my stuff organized. Nothing's going to roll away. All the push rods, everything is going to be in the exact same order and position that it was when it came out of the engine. All my old bolts and gaskets and fasteners and nuts, everything that is not going to be reused, I put right here to make sure I have everything accounted for, nothing's lost. I don't have time for that. So here's a brief overview of all the parts.